G'day, welcome to the 2015 HSC for Mathematics. We're going to go right through it. Let's see how we go. Question 1. What is 0.00523359 written in scientific notation correct to 4 significant figures? Pretty simple, you should be able to do this. Scientific notation, find the first number that's not 0, which is 5. Put down a dot. Write down the rest of the numbers. So 2, 3, 3, 5, 9, multiply by 10, and where have we moved the decimal point from? Well, we want to put it back over here, so we've moved it 1, 2, 3 spots. Now if you multiply this by 3, the decimal point's going to go this way. So we want this to be minus 3, because when we multiply it by 10 to the minus 3, it's going to go back to where it was before. Okay, it's going to go back to here. And this is a bigger number, so we want it to get smaller. The negative makes it smaller. Correct to 4 significant figures. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can just forget about that. The only problem is that number is 5 or larger. So if that number, which is the number after the 4 we want, is 5 or larger, then that number has to go up by 1. So the answer is 5.234 by 10 to the minus 3, which is D. G'day again, question 2. What is the slope of a line with the equation 2x minus 4y plus 3 equals 0? So you should be used to looking at an equation of a line. You can look at it in this form, but it's much easier to look at it in this form. Y equals mx plus b. So what is the slope? Well, the slope is the gradient, and we know, or you should know, that this is going to be your gradient because this is your y-intercept, so this is the gradient. We want whatever that is. So if we rewrite this in this form, we'll have whatever that is there. That's our answer. So let's do that. So we've got 2x minus 4y plus 3 equals 0. Let's move the 4y over to the other side. So we're going to plus 4y on both sides. Yep, so we get 2x plus 3, that's 0, equals 4y. So you've pretty much got the right answer. Let's divide everything by 4. So we've got y equals, because we want y equals, everything by 4. So we get 2 on 4x plus 3 on 4 equals y. And now you've got it in that form. You've got the y on this side. Doesn't really matter. You can move this over to this side so it looks nicer. But it's the same equation. Y equals, well, 2 on 4 is a half. X plus 3/4. And now this is exactly like this. So whatever this thing is here is your answer. And it's pretty obvious. Your answer is C. G'day again. Question 3. The first 3 terms of an arithmetic series are 3, 7 and 11. What is the 15th term of the series? So arithmetic series, you know there's a common difference. So what's the difference between that and that? Well, 4. What's the difference between that and that? 4. You add 4 to each, so that's your common difference. It's an arithmetic series, and you know, or you're given your formula, Tn equals a plus n minus 1 d. Your d is 4. We're looking for the 15th term, so let's just put in 15. So term 15 equals 15 minus 1 is 14. A plus, well, what is A? A is your first term, that's your A. Put that in your calculator. Whoops, that should be a 3, shouldn't it? Put that in your calculator. 3 plus 14 times 4, and you get 59. Straightforward. G'day again. Question 4. The probability that Mel's soccer team wins this weekend is 5 on 7. The probability that Mel's rugby league team wins this weekend is 2 on 3. What is the probability that neither team wins this weekend? So again, this one, question 4, should be straightforward. If they win, it's 5 on 7, so if they lose, it's 2 on 7. If they win in this one, it's 2 on 3, so if they lose, it's 1 on 3. We want them both to lose, so we want this and this. So what is it when you've got and? Well, when you've got probability, you multiply. When you multiply fractions, you just multiply straight across. 2 times 1, 2. 7 times 3, 21. So your answer is A.